tonight as Ridgeline takes on Mountain Crest. We were at the first meeting between these two teams. A heck of a ball game out in Hiram, and the Mustangs came out on top. Mountain Crest shot the lights out of the ball that night, and they started early, hitting shots from deep, and we're talking way behind the three-point line. They had 7, 8 three-pointers in that ball game on their way to the win. Can they reproduce that tonight? Will they bang down inside? It'll be interesting to see how the Mountain Crest Mustangs approach it tonight. For the Riverhawks, they're 0-7 in region play. They're looking to break through. All of those losses have been close except for one, and it's just been very frustrating for Ridgeline. They're looking for that first win tonight, doing all the little things and watching the ball, getting the ball to go in the hole. It's a simple game, but sometimes it's just not that simple. We'll see what happens tonight on the Game of the Week.
Why leave to go to that indoor cycling class when the ProForm TDF can bring the best indoor cycling class to you?
Are you ready? Let's do this!
Introducing the ProForm TDF. It's the most exciting indoor cycling experience ever, and it's right from home. With the ProForm TDF, you can join live, studio, and on-demand classes with all the ups and downs and everything in between. It's an immersive experience you just gotta feel to believe. The TDF comes with iFit, powered by Google Maps, so day or night you can log on, pick the classes you want, and join in. The world's best coaches will be there to give you a rockin' workout. It's never been so much fun to get in shape. You can even bring your friends along for the ride. Plus, with an amazing extra-large interactive touchscreen, it's just like being there, only better. No other bike can do this, and it's right here waiting for you. Only on the ProForm TDF. Right now, you can have the ProForm TDF in your home for less than the cost of joining a spin class. Go to proform.com today to get the TDF for $0 down plus free shipping.
Well, Coach, the big rivalry, we're back around to it again. You got a nice win the last time out. And let's touch on that one just a little bit and then talk about what you have to do tonight to go 2-0 against this team.
Well, the fact that the rivalry is getting started, it was awesome. That game, to get that win and going against a guy that I've worked for, and Coach Buck Miller, it was a blast to get that win. We had to fight, though. It was a good battle. I expect the same tonight.
Well, every night, every Wednesday, every Friday, it's a rivalry game with this new region. Has that brought a little extra juice to it? Does it feel a little different this year because of that, or is it just a game's a game?
There's a little bit still with those other schools. This rivalry, us and Ridgeline, that kind of separates itself from the other ones. Even though they're kind of all little rivals, this is the main rival. So those are not quite rivals like this one is.
You got some underclassmen that you're building with, and you still got a couple years with them that look really good. Welch is the one that jumps really to my mind, and then you got a senior like Nick Nethercott he's put up a lot of really good numbers, and he just committed to go play football just a couple days ago. Is that something that's nice to get out of the way for these kids?
Yeah, I sensed a little bit of it with Nick, kind of the pressure. He was kind of waiting for some offers, but he's definitely a little more relaxed now. And then we also had Bo Robinson sign with him to go play at BYU, so that was good. As far as the underclassmen, I'm loving this year with Brady and Cordell, my backcourt, being juniors. Next year's gonna be real fun when they're seniors.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty dynamic backcourt. All right, well, looking for 2-0 against Ridgeline. Good luck tonight.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Well, Coach, second go-around for you two in the big rivalry. I asked our other coach this question, but every team's an in-valley game except for Bear River, and they're also a rival. Have you seen more juice in all the games this year in region play, or has it been, it's kind of the same?
Definitely not the same. It's been really fun, good environment for the kids to come in, play in, and it's just, if you're a basketball fan, there's any game you can choose to go watch and probably see some pretty competitive basketball.
It's kind of been Groundhog Day for you guys, and in not a good way. I mean, other than you throw out the Bear River loss, and I think you've lost your region games by an average of like 3 points each. You've been right there in every game, and you just can't get over the hump with it. Obviously, if you knew the answer, you would have answered the question by now and changed it. But what are some of the things that you're trying to do to get that win in region?
Just instill that belief that they were confident coming into this region. That's still there. We just have to continue to play together, and eventually that work ethic will fight through. We just had some bad luck at some times, and other times, failure of execution, and sometimes just some bad coaching. But we're all in this together, and we'll figure out a way to keep going.
So what do you do second time around against Mountain Crest to change the outcome? What do you have to do better against the Mustangs that you didn't do that first time?
Well, we'll benefit from not having the horse's head out on the floor, but David Fada maybe. I joked with him earlier about shooting from our Riverhawk wing, but we just got to make sure we contest shooters. Can't leave guys standing wide open. It's just too easy. This day and age, guys are confident anywhere. They step on the floor, and so if we can just stay in front of people, and then rebounding will be a pretty tough task, and I think we'll have a good chance with that.
All right, good luck tonight, Coach. Thanks.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Say the word base. Say the word mess.
I'm a stock photo, so I live in a perfect world. I have my own private garden with the freshest produce that I use to make my own salad every day. My garden has kumquats, persimmons, chom-choms, apples.
I like kumquats.
You probably don't have a private garden, but you do have Wendy's. They use bold ingredients in their salads, like strawberry and mango in their new strawberry mango salad.
I like kumquats.
Wendy's new strawberry mango salad. Fast, fresh, and convenient. It's the perfect salad for your imperfect world.
I like mangoes. And chom-choms. And socks. And the color green.
I'm never leaving this garden.
Oh, and clouds. And cars. And rabbits. And kumquats.
Help me.
Hey, can I get the bathroom key?
Sure thing. Return it when you're done.
And that's why I don't like gyms.
Well, Matt, we're not a gym. We're Planet Fitness.
Comfortable environment, spacious locker rooms, no gym intimidation. Only $10 a month. We're not a gym, we're Planet Fitness.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by MICON Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Not bigger, just better. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson. Personalized insurance for your family and business. Discount Tire and Automotive. The best tires at discounted prices. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Sports Academy and Racket Club. Your club, your results, your life. Four Seasons Luxury Apartments is your home. Planet Fitness of Logan. No gym intimidation and only $10 a month. New Smile Dental. Experience dental care. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years.
Hello and welcome to Ridgeline High School in Millville. I'm Eric Holtz and I'll be with you tonight as the Ridgeline Riverhawks take on the Mountain Crest Mustangs, their second and final meeting of this season and their second meeting ever. Ridgeline lost against Mountain Crest last time out, 77-73. Mountain Crest 0-4 since then. Ridgeline 0-7 in Region 12 play. In that last meeting, David Fatha led the way for Mountain Crest with 18 points, 4 3-pointers. Nick Nethercott 17 points and 8 rebounds. Drew Davis with 13 points and Dallin Tolman with 10 as the Mustangs had 4 players in double figures and hit a pile of 3-point shots in that game. They shot the ball well. Ridgeline was paced by Breck Jackson. He had a good ball game, 26 points. And Landon Brenchley steady as ever, 21 points, 5 steals in that ball game. But he was saddled with foul trouble and down the stretch really couldn't help out the team because he's spending his time late in that ball game on the bench. Mountain Crest 6-13 overall, 1-6 in region play Ridgeline starts the season 7-4, and they're feeling pretty good coming off that championship season. And then the wheels have fallen off in region play. 0-7 in region play. They had a 25-point loss to Bear River. They were leading in that game by 17 points in the second quarter. Still ended up losing by 25. Other than that, you take the other 6 region losses and you add them up, and it's just under 4 points per loss. So they're right there in all of those ball games. They lost to Skyview 73-66, so that's a 7-point loss to Skyview last Wednesday. Brenchley had 24 in that ball game, but Ridgeline looking to break through for the first time in region play. And Landon Brenchley, he's the engine of this Ridgeline train. 19 points per game, good for number 6 in 4A scoring. 5th in steals at 2.3 per game, and 12th in assists at just over 3 assists per ball game for Landon Brenchley, and he's a good defender on the ball. Good on the ball defender. Drew Davis for Mountain Crest is 3rd in 4A at 3s made per game, just under 2.5, and Nick Nethercott 9th in 4A and rebounding at 6 per game, and he'll be a key tonight as he was in that game last time out. Both of these teams down to their last 3 games of the season, and they're probably not going to make the playoffs. The top 4 teams make the playoffs. We'll talk a little bit more about playoffs. We'll have the intros and everything else in just a moment. We're going to wait until the national anthem starts, and then we'll step aside just for a moment. But the playoffs and Region 12 and the implications for these games. But Mountain Crest loses last time out to Logan 72-62, and as we mentioned, other than their win against Ridgeline, they're 0 in region, and they've lost 4 straight coming into this. When we talk about Nick Nethercott, he and Bo Robinson are members of this Mountain Crest basketball team, and they were members of the football team that ended up playing for the state title and ultimately losing to Orem. But both of them committed to BYU, preferred walk-on status in football for both of them to walk on at BYU, and that preferred status basically means the school wants you, they just don't have the scholarships. They'd filled up other scholarship areas first, but they want you to come up, and as soon as they have a walk or a scholarship for you, then that scholarship will come to you. So congratulations to Nethercott and Robinson. They committed verbally earlier with that first signing period, and then they put the names on the dotted line and made it official just this week. In fact, just yesterday. So good talent here in the Valley and going on to play at the next level, and we wish them and all the other good athletes, great athletes in the Valley, good luck as they move on. Let's take a moment to step aside here on the game of the week as we're going to get ready for the national anthem here in just a moment. Mountain Crest visiting Ridgeline in their second matchup of the season. The Riverhawks looking for some revenge. The 77-73 loss in Hiram last time out. You're watching.
They would tell me something and I'd say, huh? And then they'd tell me again and I'd say, huh? And they'd say, never mind. And so I called and made an appointment.
Say the word pass.
He's a PhD, and I know what it takes to get a PhD.
Say the word red.
It was like night and day. And then the hearing test was the thing that I thought, wow, he really knows what he's doing. I would recommend Dr. Daines to anybody, everybody.
They say a heart attack feels like a ton of bricks on your chest, and they aren't kidding. Luckily, I was taken to a Mountain Star hospital. They're the only hospitals in Utah with accredited chest pain centers. That's what made this moment possible. Their expertise was the difference between life and death. I'm living proof.
Before every moment counts, choose a health plan that partners with the Mountain Star Healthcare Network.
Not bigger, just better.
At Farmers, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rodent ride-along.
All right, buddy. Don't forget anything.
I won't, Dad.
Good morning, Captain Rod here. It's pretty hairy out on the interstate. Traffic is literally crawling, but there is some movement on the east side overpass. getting word of another collision.
It happened December 14th, 2015, and we covered it. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Give us a call at 752-9493. You'll be glad you did.
National anthem here at Ridgeline High School. A rapidly filling Ridgeline High School. It was standing room only in Hiram at Mountain Crest last time these two teams played. Looking behind me where the Mountain Crest student body is, they've filled up part of the section of the upper behind me. And there's quite a few in that above me. Or across from me, above me, is athletic director for Mountain Crest, Kevin Anderson, messing with my headset. Drew Davis, number 1, and Cordell Welch, number 13. Getting the start along with Nick Nethercott.
Wearing number 5,
Brady Hall at the point. 8 assists the last time out these two teams played. Dallin Tolman wears number 35 for the Mustangs. He runs 6'3". Welch is 6 feet. Nethercott 6'4". Davis 6'3". All 5'11", and the lights go out in Millville. Senior night. Some seniors getting the start. Ike Smith. 5'11". Brady Stewart. Also at 5'11" and a senior. Ben Johnson's a senior. He's 6'2". At 6'3", another one of those Ridgeline seniors. Foster Johnson is number 12. And then double deuce, Landon Brenchley at 6'3". Your starting lineup for Ridgeline. Ready to get it underway here at Ridgeline High School. Ridgeline desperate for a region win. 7 straight losses. Ouida and Nethercott. It's controlled by Mountain Crest as Hall finds Davis. Right off the bat, they come out firing. He misses, and it's rebounded by Tolman. Hall left alone, long three off the front of the iron, and Weeda with the board. Weeda all the way to the rim, left hand, blocked away by Davis. No foul. As Nethercott kicks it out. Corner three by Welch, you bet. So the Mustangs shot the ball well in the first meeting, and their first made shot here tonight's a three-pointer. Welch extends the defense. Out on to Brenchley, and so he gives it up. Now Stewart with it. Brenchley in the corner to Weeda. Drives inside from the left side, and a lot of contact, and the whistle blows. Coleman with the foul. Brenchley, right hand, shut off, backs it out. Johnson fires for three as he raises over Davis. No good, rebounded by Nethercott. Davis back out front, Nethercott. Push shot up, no good. Foster Johnson in a hurry into the front court. Layup won't go. Ridgeline can't find the range. They missed from close range. The last two trips down as Welch tries from three. Rebounded by Tolman. And we got a foul on Weeda. Weeda his first team foul. Out front, a steal, turnover. And here comes Ridgeline. Stewart as it's saved back in by Foster Johnson, and Weeda lays it up and in. 3-2 Mountain Crest as Ridgeline finally gets off the mark. We've played 2 minutes of this first period. Nethercott down low. Weeda got a piece of that as he turned inside, and the ball caroms out to Hall. Hall left side layup attempt blocked by Johnson, but he'll go to the line as the whistle blows.
Johnson with the clip. Brady Hall at the line.
Second team foul, and Hall goes to the free throw line. Hall barely drew iron on the first free throw. Second for Brady Hall, short again. And rebound tipped out of bounds by Mountain Crest. Foster Johnson to Stewart in the corner. Stewart has it stripped away by Davis, out of bounds, off of Davis. Stewart was looking cross court, got a little careless with the ball. Davis just reached in and swatted it away, but couldn't come up with it before it rolled out of bounds. Stewart, baseline, in trouble, finds Brenchley. Brenchley has it blocked by Tolman. Behind the back dribble, turned over by Welch, and a kick called. It was knocked away from Welch, and then somebody kicked it. So since Ridgeline Mountain Crest had the last possession, they give it back to the Mustangs. Cross-court pass, Hall to Nethercott. They were a lethal combination on the gridiron this year. Nethercott, catch and shoot three, short. Weeda with the board. Weeda slows it down. Now accelerates, finds Johnson underneath. He misses. Fights for his own rebound, can't come up with it. Welch loses it. Weeda has got Johnson with him. Davis is back. Johnson left side, blocked by Nethercott. But he fouls Foster Johnson, who will shoot 2. Has a chance to give Ridgeline the lead in a low-scoring first half of this first period. 3-2 our score. Mountain Crest with the 1-point lead, and Foster Johnson going to the line. 3 Mustangs at the scorer's table, getting set to check in, including Phipps, Coombs, and Faitha. Johnson short. There's 3 free throws in this ball game. All have barely drawn the front of the iron. Hall, Davis, and Nethercott will sit for Mountain Crest. As you see Faitha, number 24, taking that low block. Johnson misses the second, and Faitha was in the lane early. Faitha stepped in before he released, and the far side official blew his whistle. So Foster Johnson gets another chance. The 6'3" junior with a chance to tie the score. They're tied at 3. Welch across the timeline as Phipps cuts baseline. They look low to Tolman. Tolman across the lane. Spin back to his left. Get Johnson in the air. And Ben Johnson just picked up his first foul. Tolman will go to the line. And he misses. Breck Jackson into the ball game now for Ridgeline. Weta looks low. It's tipped away by Phipps, but Stewart alertly picks it up. Jackson saves it back in bounds to Weta. Welch right in his pocket. Weta down the lane, bump, miss, foul.
He earns the foul. Sam Weta to the charity stripe.
Give the foul to Welch. And Weta goes to the line. A lot of free throws here early for each team. Weta with the make. 3 fouls each. We've played just under half of this first period and already 6 whistles. So they're adjudicating this one fairly tightly. Welch followed by Brenchley, gives it off to Coombs. Faitha can hit from where he's standing right now. You see Foster Johnson came right out on him. Crowd picking up the noise here at Ridgeline. Faitha, long 3, boom! 4 3-pointers the last time these two teams met, and it gives Mountain Crest a 7-5 lead. 3:20 to play in the first period. Brenchley cut off. Brenchley with the set shot 3, got it. Riverhawks back out in front, 8-7. 3 minutes to play in the period. Coombs calls the play, brings it across the timeline. Welch, Faitha. Faitha looks back to Coach Stratman. Hand off to Welch. Welch loses it in the lane. Ball still free. Tolman's got it. Jackson's got his arm around Tolman's. Jackson's pulling for all his worth. Tolman's smiling. Jackson's a big kid, but I think Tolman's probably got a few pounds on him. Hall back into the ball game for Mountain Crest. Dalton Andrus in as well. Weeda uses the Jackson screen. Now back the other way. Nice move. Can't get the layup to go, but he'll go to the line. And who's the call against? Looks like Faitha. It is. Faitha picks up his first foul. Fourth team foul on Mountain Crest. And the Riverhawks with a chance to extend their lead. They lead by 1 point. Weeda makes the first. Nethercott back in, and Tolman will sit. (10-7). Ridgeline with their largest lead of the ball game as Hall brings it across the timeline and gives off to Faitha. Phipps. Now Hall again. See, they're extending that defense right out on Faitha. Step back, he touched it with 2 hands. That should be a double dribble. Phipps, too long. Nethercott with the board. Put it up, score it. Looked like Faitha picked it up with 2 hands and then put it back on the floor. Coach Buckmiller thought the same. Here's a foul down low as Brady Hall, too much contact against Brenchley. First foul of the night on Hall. And that's the 5th team foul on Mountain Crest. A lot of free throws here in the first period. 4 points for Brenchley, looking for 5. Brenchley with 5. Back out to a 3-point lead. Under 2 minutes to play in the first. Mountain Crest 12-9, trailing Ridgeline. Faitha down low. Put it up quick, miss it. Rebound fought for. Jackson's got it off to Weeda. Brenchley looks low to Jackson. 26 last time these two teams played. Goes to work on the right block, puts it up short, rebounded by Hall. Hall backs it out, now turns back inside. Foul, Hall misses. Weeda reached out and grabbed him. For Weeda, that's going to be, I believe, his second. Let's see. No, they're giving it to Stewart. That's the 4th team foul. They introduced Ike Smith with the starters as a senior. Now he comes into the ball game and Stewart will sit. Hall makes 1 of 2, and it's a 2-point game, 12-10, Ridgeline. As we approach 1 minute to play in the first period. Johnson hands off to Smith. Here comes Weeda on the weave. Weeda has it blocked by Andrus and a foul called. Dalton Andrus at 5'9". Got a piece of the 6'3" Weeda's shot attempt. And he said he got him. Again, a lot of whistles in this ball game. 10 fouls between the two teams. We still have 54 seconds to play here in this first period. Weeda misses. Rita with 6 points on the night. Second one by the senior is good. Back to a 3-point Riverhawk lead. Nethercott turns and faces. Faitha, he's open, look out. Faitha with another long ball. He's got 6 points on 2 3-pointers. We're tied at 13. 25 seconds to play in the quarter. Ball tipped, taken away. Nethercott, Andrus, Phipps, loses it. Andrus has it back. Faitha, long three, too hard, and that's the end of the first period as the Riverhawks dodge a bullet. We're tied at 13 as we head to the second quarter on the Game of the Week. Their team's 13 points, and they are tied with Mountain Crest, 13 up at the end of the first period. 6 points for David Faitha off the bench for Mountain Crest. Senior night at Ridgeline. The second ever meeting between these two teams. Ridgeline won the first. In a rockin' gym out of Mountain Crest. Did I say Ridgeline won the first? Mountain Crest won the first. In a rockin' gym out at Mountain Crest just a couple of weeks ago. A lot of fouls early on in this one. They're calling it pretty tight. 10 total fouls, 6 against Mountain Crest, 4 on Ridgeline, and a lot of free throws.
We'd like to thank our platinum sponsors for this second quarter, Don's Auto Body, Hart, Ford Company, and Millville Institute.
The Hall will trigger inbounds as he runs with Tolman, Welch, Nethercott, and Davis. Mountain Crest goes back to their starters. Tuckett, Jackson, Weta, Smith, and Brenchley on the floor for Ridgeline. Tuckett makes his first appearance, the 6-foot junior. 3, Welch, rims in and out, rebounded by Nethercott. He did a good job, speaking of Ridgeline, of blocking out everybody but Nethercott. He just snuck in baseline. He's one of the top rebounders in 4A, and they forgot about him. Breck Jackson, underhand scoop, won't go. Ball on the floor, jump ball, and will go to the Riverhawks. Tuckett will trigger in. Been talking about how it's senior night. Tupola and Barber. The seniors for this Mountain Crest team. Weta loses it, but Brenchley's there to pick it up. Brenchley, right hand layup, got it. Brenchley with 7. Nethercott all the way to the rim. He gets it right back. We're tied at 15 again. Boy, the door opened and he ran through it. Brenchley spins into a double. Weeda thinking about a three. Instead gives it to Brenchley. Brenchley, a lot of contact. He'll go to the line. Tolman may have just picked up number 2.
Please check your programs if you have a Ridgeline stand on the pool and Willis orthodontics page.
And it's free throws the rest of the half now.
Check your programs for a free sweatshirt.
For Ridgeline, as that's the 7th team foul on Mountain Crest. Brenchley now with 8. Tolman sits, Faitha comes in for him. Foster Johnson getting set to check in for Ridgeline. Are they going to let him in? Yeah, they are. Weeda will rest. Jackson Smith, Foster Johnson, Tuckett, and Brenchley on the floor. Brenchley's second free throw. Rims in, stays in. Rimmed in, rimmed out, and stayed in. All against Brenchley. Gives it off to Welch. Tapped out of bounds, stays here. Tolman wants to check back in, they'll let him. Brenchley with 9 to lead all scorers. Averaging 19 a game. Nethercott will take a breather. Ball works against Brenchley. Brenchley says, come on, go ahead and drive it. Brenchley, long arms, makes him a tough defender. Faitha, oh my, here we go. Oh, rims out. He hit his first 2, now he's missed his last 2. But Tolman's there to clean up. Tolman with 3, and we're tied at 17. Another tie. Jackson hands off to Brenchley, back to Jackson. Jackson, pull up left side jumper. Won't go, rebounded by Davis. Welch, behind the back, steps out. Hall, straightaway 3, you bet. And Mountain Crest takes the lead, 20-17. Jackson gets his man up in the air, gets to the rim and finishes. 20-19 now, Mountain Crest with a 1-point lead with 5:10 to play in the first half. Tolman posts up. Back out to Welch. Welch, left hand drive, lay it up and in as he gets around Smith. Back out to a 3-point advantage for Mountain Crest. Underneath is Johnson. Faitha got his hand on the ball. Tolman was in there as well. Let's see who the foul's against. It's going against Tolman. Tolman just picked up his second. And Foster Johnson goes to the line. Bo Robinson getting set to check in for the Mustangs. Johnson misses the first. Second one up and good. Johnson now with 2. And Ridgeline wants a timeout. Coach Bookmiller calls it. It's a 2-point ball game. Mountain Crest on top, 22-20. Ridgeline has led most of the game. Mountain Crest caught him a moment ago and passed him up. And there's 4:48 to play here in this first half. Well, in Region 12, Logan leads the way at 6-1. Skyview and Green Canyon tied for second place at 5-2. Green Canyon will actually hold the tiebreaker for now as they beat Skyview in head-to-head action earlier this season. We saw that 2 overtime game right here on the Valley Channel. Bear River's 4-3 and sitting in the 4th spot. Mountain Crest 1-6, Ridgeline 0-7. Green Canyon, we talked about them a moment ago. They've won 4 straight. They're the hot team in the league right now. Logan playing at Green Canyon tonight. Actually, I say Green Canyon's a hot team. Logan just as hot, if not hotter. Davis, corner 3. 5-point Mustang lead, under 4.5 to play in the first half. Weeda drives on Davis. Goes baseline, scoops it back to Foster Johnson, who lays it in softly. Coombs has it knocked away by Weeda and out of bounds. Cameron Daly into the ball game for Ridgeline, the 6'3" sophomore. Getting some first half action. Welch, baseline, Faitha, corner 3. This one off the side of the iron, rebounded by Brenchley. Brenchley all the way in, lay it up, miss it. Robinson pushed, throws it back into his teammates. Here come the Mustangs. There were 10 fouls called in the first period. There's been 2 called in this one, both of them on Mountain Crest. 3:40 to play in the half. Now, here's a foul on Ridgeline. It's going to be on Daly. No, it's not. It's going to be on Stewart. And Welch will go to the line. A 3-point Mustang lead, and Welch with a chance to add to it. Welch with 5 points. He hit the 3-pointer that opened the scoring for Mountain Crest. Phipps comes back for the Mustangs. Welch misses, rebounded by Brenchley. 26-20 Mountain Crest. Weeda, step back 3. Won't go, rebounded by Davis. Off to Welch, and the Mustangs on the move. Back to Davis, walked. Took 2 steps before he put the ball down. 3:15 to play in the first half. Mountain Crest leads by 4. Been a tight ball game throughout. Mountain Crest's largest lead, 5. There's a turnover. Stewart threw it over the head of Daly. Mountain Crest's largest lead has been 5. Ridgeline's largest lead was 3, and a lot of ties in between. Hall, long 3 as they sag off, and he misses badly, but Coombs is there for the board. Underneath they go to Phipps. Phipps foul, they'll go to the line. Could be Weeda's second. And if it's not Weeda's second, then it's going to be the 3rd on Stewart. And that's going to go against Stewart. That's his 3rd. Caleb Bookmiller getting set to check in. Along with Tuckett for Ridgeline. Phipps hits. Johnson and Stewart will sit. Davis and Coombs hit the bench for Mountain Crest. Phipps' second free throw, and Mountain Crest now with their biggest lead of the ball game, 6. Tuckett goes high post to Daly, and he'll go to the line. Now it's going to go against Welch. Welch picks up his 2nd.
Kevin Dally on the line.
And that's the 9th team foul. Dally with his first trip to the stripe. A lot of trips to the line tonight, a lot of misses by both teams. Ridgeline's had some games where missed free throws come back to haunt them. They trail by 6 in this one with 2:35 to play in the half, and Dally misses them both, rebounded by Phipps. Brenchley's there to tap it away, but Phipps hustles to get it back. Faitha loses it. Boy, he picked it up. I mean, and that's what Coach Buckmiller's saying. He picked up the dribble and then he started to dribble again, and then they called a foul on Ridgeline. That's the second time that's happened tonight. Coach Buckmiller can't believe it. You can see him right there, the lower center of your screen. It's the second time that's happened tonight, the second time Faitha's done it, where he's picked up the ball and then started dribbling again. That time was out in the middle of the floor. Instead of a turnover, Mountain Crest is at the line. And Coach Buckmiller's going to have a stroke. He's not usually that demonstrative, speaking of Ridgeline's head coach. But that one was right in front of him, right down in front of us as well. 8-point lead for the Mustangs as they take advantage. Weeda off his foot. Tuckett's the man on the spot, though, to pick it up. Buckmiller to Tuckett. Timeout, Ridgeline. And he wants a full timeout. And Coach Buckmiller unhappy with a couple of his players and where they're at and what they're doing. And he lets them know about it. Well, last time out we were talking about the region standings. Region 12, this region, is matched up with Region 9 in the playoffs in those opening rounds. As you look at the top 4, again, the top 4 teams make it. Let's look at their remaining schedules. Logan plays at Green Canyon tonight, then they're home against Ridgeline next Wednesday, and then at Bear River to end the season. So 2 of their final 3 games against teams that are looking up at them there in the standings and want to catch up to them. And Green Canyon only 1 game back. Skyview plays Bear River tonight at home, then Green Canyon at home, and then finish off the season at Mountain Crest. Green Canyon playing Logan tonight, as we mentioned. They're at Skyview, and then finish the season against Ridgeline, and we've got that game for you here next week. Bear River plays at Skyview, at Mountain Crest, and then Logan to round out the season. So playoff seeding on the line. This could come right down to the last week. Brenchley across the lane, left hand, misses, follows as he kept after it. 30-24 Mountain Crest. 1:40 to play in the half. Andrews with the nice spin. Faitha fakes the 3 and the drive, steps back out. Andrews hesitation move out to Davis. Tuckett with him. Andrews with the 3. Got it. Nine-point Mountain Crest lead. They've scored 20 points here in this period. Buckmiller corner 3, short rebound, fought for. Faitha comes out with it as Dally couldn't tear it away. Under a minute to play. Phipps inside, and Weeda takes him down with his foot. He faked Weeda. Weeda got up in the air, knew he was up in the air, And it looked like he kind of grabbed him with his leg and foot as he was coming down. He made sure to pull him down so he couldn't make the shot. For Weeda, his second foul. Breck Jackson's going to come into the ball game. You can see the frustration level's been growing with Weeda. And they're going to sit him down right now. That might be good. These last 2 fouls have been hard. He's had a hard time finishing. He hasn't here lately finishing at the rim. He's tried to get inside. As Weeda, and a little bit of frustration setting in with Ridgeline as they find themselves down by 11 and winless in the region. Buckmiller to Tuckett. Short corner pass is behind Buckmiller, and it's a turnover. Mountain Crest play for the last shot, it looks like. Leading by 11, 35-24. Mountain Crest with 22 points in this quarter. They've outscored Ridgeline 22-11. 15 seconds. Clear out for Hall. Now here comes Robinson to set the pick. Hall, pull up three, got it! At the buzzer! Brady Hall with the straightaway pull up three off the pick from Robinson. And it's a 38-24 lead for the Mustangs as we head to the locker room for halftime. You're watching the game of the week on the Valley Channel.
Hi. Hey, wanted to tell you my experience with Discount Tire. I own quite a few vehicles, more than I should. Discount Tire always takes care of me. I go down there, I feel like part of the family. They keep records of everything they've done to every one of my vehicles. They keep better records than I do. I go in there, I don't bother checking prices. Their prices are awesome. I need an inspection, I call them, wow, come on down, we'll take care of you. In fact, I have a vehicle down there right now, and that's what they said, come down, we'll take care of you. They're just great people. You go in there, it's a homey atmosphere. Their waiting area, gosh, got a TV going on, it's very comfortable. It's always very comfortable, summer, winter. They just do a great job. But more importantly, they take really good care of my vehicles. They're really good guys.
You have to be one with your mind, and your mind has to be one with your body while you're doing any kind of feat. I see the hurdles in front of me. I'm like, Felicia, this is what you got to get over. Here's a certain thing you have to do to conquer your goals today.
I don't know if the girl can sit still. I don't know if she sleeps at night.
You have to put mind over matter. So even though my body's aching right now, tomorrow my mind's going to be like, you can do this. What's next? You got spirit! Woo! My sister and I, it's a passionate relationship. We go hard.
Felicia plays Frederica harder than she would play anybody else.
It builds me up to where I want to be.
My father started us in tennis, he started us in track, and he even started my love for learning. He helped push it forward. He was killed when I was 9 years old. It's been 8 years and it still hurts. When he died, it was a void that can't be filled. The lessons he instilled in me, I wanted to push past all the obstacles, the barriers in my way. I want to let him live on through me, let his lessons live on through me.
She doesn't let her circumstances define her, and she never has. She doesn't have to tell you that, she shows you that.
It's very important to be part of something that's bigger than you. I'm the president for the NAACP. We try to mend racial tensions in our world. We try to encourage civic awareness. My ancestors before me have done so much for me. They've done the race, they've passed the baton. I have to continue that race for them. There's still work to be done.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by MICON Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Not bigger, just better. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson. Personalized insurance for your family and business. Discount Tire and Automotive. The best tires at discounted prices. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Sports Academy and Racket Club. Your club, your results, your life. Four Seasons Luxury Apartments is your home. Planet Fitness of Logan. No gym intimidation and only $10 a month. New Smile Dental. Experience dental care. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years.
Back at Ridgeline High School in Millville, Eric Olson along with you on the Game of the Week of the Valley Channel on the Valley Channel, and Mountain Crest leads Ridgeline 38-24 as we get set to start the second half. 11 points for Brenchley to lead the way for all scores, but he hasn't had a lot of help. And the Mustangs used a big second quarter. They outscored Ridgeline 25-11. They were tied at 13 going into the second quarter, outscoring the Riverhawks 25-11 to take the 38-24 lead. Brady Hall with the three-pointer at the first half buzzer to push that lead out to 14. Hall with 7 points in that first half. Faitha with 8. 6 for Welch to pace the Mustangs. They extend the defense to the Riverhawks. Hall kicks it back to Davis. Tapped away by Brenchley. Ball free. Johnson has it knocked away from Welch. Johnson thought he had a layup. Welch hustles back and knocks it away. And now Mountain Crest with a chance to set up their defense. Leading by 14. Johnson, 3. Got it and one. Davis ran into him. And Johnson with a chance at a 4-point play, for a 4-point play. Ben Johnson with a 4-point possession gets the Riverhawks back to within 10, 38-28. A disaster of a second quarter for Ridgeline, and they found themselves down by 14 at the half. Here's Nethercott, high post, fakes, goes up, gets it. Every inch of that rim touched the ball. 40-28 Mountain Crest. A lot of fouls in the first half. There's another double triple. They haven't called that all night. There's Johnson again. Benjamin Johnson with 7 quick points. And it's 40-31. Stewart goes for the steal, but Welch holds on. Back to Nethercott. Left side this time with the right hand. Same result. Nethercott with 8. An 11-point lead for Mountain Crest. Well, they know where Brenchley is, and they're bringing help when he's got the ball. Johnson's been hot. Kicks it out to Stewart. His 3 looks good, but it's short. Rebound. Davis fights Foster Johnson for it, and they're not going to call a foul. Brenchley was trying to talk him into calling a travel. Both of them were tied up for the ball, and the official blew the whistle and gave it back to Mountain Crest and said, nope, inadvertent whistle. And Mountain Crest did have the ball. And now a foul on the base, or excuse me, the sideline. They're going to call it on Stewart, his third, and he doesn't like the call, and he's asking for an explanation. And he's not getting one. Coach Bookmiller says, well, I don't know either, but they're saying they got him with the body on the bump on the sideline. Stewart, cross-court pass to Davis. I say Stewart. Meant the other quarterback, Hall. Davis, three, won't go. Tolman has it tipped away, and out front is Brenchley, and Davis holds him. And the official saw it. That's the second foul on Davis. They were kind of tied up, and then their arms started waving, and the official called it on Davis. They both had their arms kind of tied up with each other. Brenchley had the inside position and to the ball, and that's why they called it on Davis. Nice move by Brenchley. Back to Johnson. He hits another. Ben Johnson, the senior on senior night, with 10 points here in the third. It's an 8-point Mustang lead. They've led by as many as 14. Now the Riverhawks need to get some stops. They've gone to Nethercott. He's got them buckets when they've needed them. They make him give it up. Davis in the corner, back to Nethercott. Underneath is Tolman. Ten-point Mountain Crest advantage. 5 minutes to play in the third period. Weeda. Back to Brenchley. He fakes the three. And Nethercott puts a hand on him as he drives around him. That's the third team foul, and that's the third foul on Nethercott. So that's a big one. Nethercott likely going to have to sit. Yep, Nethercott, Hall, and Davis give way to Faitha, Phipps, and Coombs. Smith triggers in. Behind the back from Brenchley, he runs right into Faitha, and he traveled. Faitha stood his ground. Brenchley ran into him, took a hop step before he could gather himself after the collision, and it's a turnover for Ridgeline. Faitha, look out. Boy, he hit his first two, and he's missed his last three. Ball out of bounds, stays here. Faitha's had some good looks. He's missed his last three-point attempts. He's got 8 points. Coach Stratman has a chat with the official. In they go to Welch. Four and a half to play in the third period. Welch bumped, and one coming for Cordell Welch as Foster Johnson ran into him. Welch got in front of him, went to the rim, and then stopped before he went up, and Johnson ran into the back of him, and Welch was able to finish. (46-34), and Welch for a free throw. Too hard, Tolman tips it, and he goes over the back of Weeda. Breck Jackson into the game. And Foster Johnson will sit. Tolman sits as well with his third foul. Robinson in the ball game. He replaced Tolman. There's the weave for Ridgeline, trying to get something going to the rim. Weeda bumped off balance, misses the shot. He was off balance. He just tried to throw it up. Weeda's got to be careful. He's going to pick up another foul. 12-point lead for Mountain Crest, 46-34. Welch, nice ball handling. He'll go to the line. He can't finish at the rim. Smith with the foul. Ike Smith, his first. Welch misses. He's got 8 points. 3:40 to play in the third. If you're just joining us, Mountain Crest broke this game open in the second period. Welch with 9 as he makes it a 47-34 Mountain Crest lead. Tied at 13 at the end of one, and then Mountain Crest with a 25-11 second period. And they led by 14 at the half. Ridgeline got it down into single digits to start this third period. But now Mountain Crest back out to a 13-point advantage. Ben Johnson's been hot for Ridgeline. Weeda misses. Johnson has 10 points for the Riverhawks, all in the third. Robinson underneath the Phipps, the sophomore. Loses it. Johnson to Brenchley. Brenchley hits the deck, no foul called. And Coach Buckmiller is hot. And they tee him up, and he wants to tee. He may want another one. Brenchley looked like he was fouled. Buckmiller's been upset all night. And he may be trying to light a fire under his team. He's trying to protect his player. Sometimes coach will take two and get tossed. You don't see it that often. Faithful will go to the line for 2 free throws. Coach Buckmiller still hollering at that official. Faithful hits the first. Faithful hits them both. It's a 15-point Mustang advantage, and they get the ball side out at midcourt. That's as hot as I've seen Coach Buckmiller maybe ever. He's not all that demonstrative. Coach Stratman for Mountain Crest, he's a little louder, and he's animated. He's one of the more animated sideline coaches. Coach Buckmiller is usually pretty calm. He and Coach Hilliard at Skyview. They'll both chat with the refs plenty, but they're not all that animated about it. And one for Hall. So the wheels are coming off for Ridgeline. And Weed is saying, hey, he cleared with his arm. Should be offensive. That's what Weeda thinks. And he's pleading his case to anybody that'll listen. And the official's telling Coach Buckmiller to sit down now. It's the same official that teed him up a minute ago. See if Coach Buckmiller stays in this ball game. Hall with 10 after the three-point play. He joins Faithe in double figures, both with 10. 52-34, Mountain Crest running away with this one. Down low to Jackson. Jackson, and a foul called. The same official that Coach Buckmiller's been upset with calls the foul, and that's the fourth on Nethercott. Five team fouls apiece for these two clubs. 2:18 to play in the third. Jackson misses. Nethercott will sit probably for the remainder of the third, at the very least. Jackson makes one of two. Jackson with 3 points. Faitha working against Smith. Faitha goes inside, something he doesn't do much. Ball out of bounds off the ridgeline. He's a long distance shooter. You don't see him working down in the paint much. He likes those wide open spaces behind the arc. Andrus steps in, hands it back to Hall. 1:40 to play in the third. Faitha to Phipps, turned over. Jackson in a crowd, loses it, and a foul called. On the reach, if that's on Tolman, I think that's his fourth. It is. That's Tolman's fourth. So Tolman and Nethercott in serious foul trouble with 4 each. Robinson off the bench. And Tolman sits. 17-point lead for Mountain Crest. Jackson down low, and Hall fouls him, and now they have some words for each other. Hall brushes by him, walks right up to him, brushes by him, says something to him. Again, Coach Miller didn't like that either. Jackson makes the first, and then looks over and says something to Hall. And the official steps in and Jackson, second, no good. Brenchley sneaks in to try to steal the rebound, and Hall comes up with it. Weeda playing him tight. Now Weeda bumps him. Weeda with his fourth. This one's getting chippy. Let's hope everybody keeps their wits about them and we don't have any sort of incident, because it's been a heated rivalry in the young history of this rivalry, but it hasn't been ugly. It's been heated but friendly. But tonight we're seeing a little bit of ugly. Robinson on the inbounds. 54-36 Mountain Crest. Brenchley all the way to the rim. Brenchley with 13. 1 minute to play in the third. Coach Stratman wants a timeout.
Timeout, MC, full timeout. You want timeout, kids?
Full timeout with 45 seconds to play here in this third quarter. (16-14). Mountain Crest has outscored Ridgeline. Crest outscored them 25-11 in the second to blow this game open. And the Mustangs have stayed in control ever since. Now Ridgeline had a nice run to start the second half and trimmed that Mountain Crest lead down into the single digits. But then Mountain Crest answered right back. We've seen the frustration of 7 straight losses starting to set in tonight with Ridgeline. They're playing a little grumpy. Things aren't going their way here. They're not going well here tonight. They haven't for 7 straight games, and now this is the 8th. And you know, these young kids getting frustrated. Mountain Crest cruising and having a good time doing it. Coach Bookmiller with wholesale substitutions. He's got Dally, Smith, both Johnsons, and Tuckett in the ball game. Coombs, Hall, Welch, Faitha, and Phipps for Mountain Crest. Hall works against Smith. Hall's going to hold. Mountain Crest more than likely will take the last shot if they're not going to come out and pressure. Down to 20 seconds. Hall hit a 3 at the halftime buzzer. Oh, and Coombs too high over the head of Welch and out of bounds. Robinson and Andrus in for Faitha and Phipps. Nine seconds and Brenchley off the bench. Brenchley, hesitation move to the rim, misses. Rebounded by Dally, and he's fouled with 1.3 on the clock. It's free throws the rest of the night for both teams. 8 fouls on Mountain Crest, and Ridgeline has 6. Riverline, Ridgehawks, it's one of those. And Dally short. He's scoreless on the night. Buckmiller into the ball game for Ridgeline. Dally with one more, 1.3 on the clock, and a 16-point lead for Mountain Crest. Now 15-point lead. Hall looking for Nethercott. Nethercott catches, nope. He had it in his hand for a second, then dropped it. If he could have caught it clean, he might have had a chance at a shot. 54-39, Mountain Crest as we head to the 4th.
They say a heart attack feels like a ton of bricks on your chest, and they aren't kidding. Luckily, I was taken to a Mountain Star hospital. They're the only hospitals in Utah with accredited chest pain centers. That's what made this moment possible. Their expertise was the difference between life and death. I'm living proof.
Before every moment counts, choose a health plan that partners with the Mountain Star Healthcare Network.
Not bigger, just better.
Back at Ridgeline High School, Eric Olson along with you as the second installment, at least the second basketball installment of the Mountain Crest Ridgeline rivalry has been all Mountain Crest since about midway through the second period. Ridgeline and Mountain Crest tied at 13 at the end of 1. And then Mountain Crest took control in the second. They outscored Ridgeline there in the third, 16-15. Stewart back onto the floor along with Weeda, Brenchley, Dally, and Ben Johnson for Ridgeline. They get the ball to start the 4th quarter. Weeda off his own foot. Yep, goes into the backcourt. It's kind of a microcosm of this ball game since the second quarter for Ridgeline. Just nothing has gone right. Mountain Crest hasn't exactly shot the lights out in this ball game, but They've made enough shots, and Hall traveled. And Ridgeline just hasn't made shots tonight. Missed lots of free throws. Johnson's hit a couple of three-pointers. Brensley's hit one, but they haven't been able to hit from long range. Here's Brensley, short, rebound, Wida chases it down. Into the lane, put it up, won't go. He'll shoot free throws.
It's a block. It's 1 and.
A 1-and-1. Both teams over the limit. The next foul on Mountain Crest will make it 2 shots for Ridgeline. Rita hits. Faither replaces Andrus. Rita with 8. This is the second. Dally tries to tip it, but it goes out of bounds. 54-40. Mountain Crest with the lead. 7:10 to play in the ball game. Ridgeline trying to avoid dropping to 0-8 in region play. Welch down low to Tolman. Turn in and score. Easy. Mountain Crest in his zone. Stewart into the lane, off to Dally. Dally's blocked by Davis. And what's the call? It's on Davis, that's 5. Nope, that's only 4. Okay. Some more free throws for Dally. He hit 1 of 2 last time. It's the first here. We'll see Ridgeline again next week as we head out to North Logan, as the 2 new kids on the block tussle in the region closer. Ridgeline at Green Canyon. Ridgeline will not make the playoffs. They have a chance to play spoiler against Green Canyon. If they would win that game, they could affect Green Canyon's playoff seeding. And of course, Green Canyon tied for second right now and within a game of first, depending on what happens tonight against Logan. Davis long 3, rebounded by Wida. He dribbles out of trouble. Brensley immediately to the rim. Ball won't drop and he'll go to the line. Tolman just fouled out. He fouls out with 7 points. Brensley will go to the line for 2 free throws. They get 1 minute to replace Tolman. And Coach Stratman's taking advantage of it to do a little coaching here. So Nethercott back in. He's got 4 fouls. Davis has 4 fouls. Wida and Stewart have 4 fouls for Ridgeline. Brensley with 14. $19 points per game for Brensley. Brensley comes up with his miss, puts it up and in. 16 for Brensley. It's an 11-point ball game. Hall. Stewart goes for the steal. Hall keeps control. They're reaching in, looking for a tie-up. We've got a foul on the far side, and the official on the near side says timeout. And they both blew their whistle about the same time. Let's see. Timeout. 30-second timeout for Mountain Crest. Coach Stratman saw his point guard was in trouble and called timeout. 56-45 Mountain Crest. So Ridgeline still breathing. They need to string together some stops, though. Brenchley's got 16. Ben Johnson with 10. And Weeda with 8. That's 34 of the 45 points between those three players for Ridgeline. Here's a turnover as Davis loses it. Foster Johnson to the rim. It's a 9-point ball game, 56-47. Still lots of time, 5.5 to play in this one. Brenchley goes for the steal. Welch inside, lay it in. Baseline jumper won't go from Brenchley. That's rebounded by Nethercott. Welch, Faitha, traveled. Ridgeline gets it back, trailing by 11, 5:02 to play in the ball game. Johnson exploded for 10 in that third, and he's been quiet since, and here's a bucket. Now a free ball in the corner, out of bounds. Ridgeline basketball. Nine-point ball game. Ridgeline with a chance to cut into that lead. Brenchley uses the screen from Stewart. Tries to dish it off. Too unselfish. Probably should have taken it. He had a path to the rim, and then Hall turns it over. He was looking for Nethercott. He throws it past him and out of bounds. Timeout Mountain Crest. Ridgeline with the ball, trailing by 9 with 4:18 to play in this ball game. Ridgeline making a move. They trailed by 15 to start this fourth quarter. 14 at the half. Still 4:18 to play. So there's time, but not much. Again, Ridgeline's got to put together some defensive stops. That's one thing they haven't done tonight. They've defensively, whenever they've cut into that lead, Mountain Crest has come back with a little run of their own. Skyview about ready to put Bear River away in their ball game. In fact, I think that one's just gone final, 62-59. Yeah, that one's just gone final, 62-59. Skyview beats Bear River. Don't have any score out of that Logan game. That's another big one, Logan and Green Canyon. 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in regulation in this one, and a 9-point Mountain Crest lead. Ridgeline making a move. Witta up and in. He'll go to the line. And a chance to cut the Mountain Crest lead to 6. It was 16. And that foul was on Nethercott. That's his 5th. So the lead is now down to 7. Nethercott has fouled out. Tolman has fouled out for Mountain Crest. Phipps is going to come in. Phipps. All he's being asked to do is to replace the 9th leading rebounder in 4A, and Nick Nethercott. Witta with a chance to cut the lead to 6. Too hard on the free throw. Stewart tried to sneak in and steal the rebound. Couldn't do it. Hall puts on the brakes. Welch down the lane. Lay it up easy. He misses. Witta to the rim. Foul. And if that's on Davis, he's just fouled out. It's on Davis. He's just fouled out. Mountain Crest with all their size on the bench. We've got a minute to replace him. We're going to go with Coombs. He's a ball handler. Coombs, a guard, will try to protect that basketball. So you've got Coombs, Hall, Faitha, Welch, and Phipps for Mountain Crest. 3 Mustangs have fouled out. Mountain Crest still leads by 7, but there's 3:48 left, and Witta's at the line. That's 2 free throws in a row now that Ridgeline has missed. They're in a 7-point ball game. When they go back and look at all the missed free throws, they're going to be sick. Witta misses them both. Could have been a 3-point ball, 4-point ball game if the free throws gone down just the last 3 free throws. Hall behind the back, too fancy. Johnson ahead to Brenchley. Brenchley, lay it up and in. 5-point game. They're on their feet in Millville. Witta with the pick. Johnson. Oh! Timeout at Ridgeline. It's a 2-point ball game. Johnson with 15. All here in the second half. 5 in the 4th quarter. And it's a 58-56 ball game. Oh my goodness. Ridgeline looked like they were DOA. And they've come back to cut the Mountain Crest lead that was once nearly 20 points down to just a 1-bucket ball game, and still plenty of time. 3:03 to play at Ridgeline. And the shots have finally started to fall for the Riverhawks. They were frustrated, they were angry. Their coach was one more word from being thrown out of this ball game. They've missed a bunch of free throws, but they've stuck with it as Mountain Crest got careless with the basketball here in the last couple of minutes. And now the hometown crowd making some noise. Brenchley hounding Hall, turns it over, back to Brenchley, jump ball, they call a jump ball. And the possession arrow favors Mountain Crest. They turn it over. Brenchley thought he was fouled. No foul call, instead they call a jump ball. Welch in the backcourt finds Father. Now to Hall. Ridgeline extending the pressure. Johnson goes for the steal, doesn't come up with it. Hall to the rim, and one. Breck Jackson will replace Foster Johnson. Brenchley picked up the foul. Hall with a chance to make it a 5-point Mustang lead. He does. Brady Hall with 13. Jackson tries to hand it off, and Hall takes it away, and a foul called. Again, the Ridgeline bench was incredulous that there wasn't a foul called as he tried to hand it off to Brenchley. And the Ridgeline bench thought that Brenchley was being held, trying to come through. Hall got his hand on the basketball and took it away. So Brady Hall with Nethercott and Tolman and Davis all on the bench fouled out. The quarterback on the football team has had to put this basketball squad on his back. Faith out there with him with 10 and Cordell Welch with 11. Ridgeline got it within 56-58. Now Hall goes to the line, and Stewart had a few words for Hall as he fouled out. Hall makes the first, 4 straight for Brady Hall. I'm thinking this rivalry just got real. Hall misses the second. Faitha fighting for the board with Wida and Brenchley, and the ball goes over to Ridgeline on the jump. Coach Stratman telling the Mountain Crest students to make some noise up above us. Brenchley, 3, no good. Wida fights for the board, out of bounds. Mountain Crest basketball. So Ridgeline got it down to within 2, and everything's gone the Mustangs' way since then. They lead by 6. 2 minutes to play in the ball game. They're going to have to start fouling. Welch loses it, gets it back, and the whistle blows timeout Mountain Crest. You know, Welch, that was pretty tricky what he did there. He got in trouble. He held the ball out away from everybody. The official was behind him. He was facing us. We could see him, and then he dropped the ball. He just dropped it like they had knocked it away from him, but then he could start his dribble again. Crafty move there by Welch. 62-56. The game was all Mountain Crest. Ridgeline wouldn't go away. And they may not have enough to turn the corner, but they didn't give up. Again, they may go back and look at the box score and look at all the missed free throws and want to puke. See when Ridgeline decides to start fouling. Still 1:56 to play, down by 6. Welch into Faitha. Oh, offensive foul. I'm going to say that Faitha cleared out with his elbow. Oh, there's the turnover. Johnson, they run the weave. Weeda down the middle. Off balance shot, no foul, and no bucket. Phipps all alone, throws it down. Brensley to the line. But Phipps a moment ago, as Mountain Crest was able to push the ball all alone underneath, and he went up and swung the hammer. 8-point lead for Mountain Crest. Brensley at the line. Brensley misses the second. He's got 19 points. Hall to Welch. Welch to Coombs. Coombs loses it. It's free. Faitha on the floor. Sows the ball. Nobody has it. Everybody's trying to call timeout. Faitha's trying to call timeout, and the ball, nobody had the ball. And they're going to give him the timeout. I thought you had to have possession to call timeout. Apparently he had it long enough to call the timeout. So Mountain Crest hanging on to that 7-point lead. 64-57 with 1:09 to play. It's been a wild fourth quarter. It was 54-39. Mountain Crest at the end of 3. 18-10, they've been outscored here in this fourth quarter. It was down to a two-point ball game. Ridgeline had it down to a 2-point ball game. 58-56. And then Mountain Crest able to get some things done and open up this lead back out to 7. They had it up to 8. And they did it in a 2-minute span. And a game that's gone long tonight with all the fouls. A lot of fouls in this one. It's been a hotly contested one. That's for sure. Both of these teams wanting to win. Mountain Crest has lost 4 in a row. Ridgeline has lost 7 in a row. Out front to Welch. Welch splits the double team and a foul. It's on Brenchley. Welch has 12. And the lead is 9. Brenchley pulls up, 3. Too hard, rebounded by Phipps, off to Hall, and the whistle blows. And Brenchley with his 3rd. And the Mustangs can put this one away. Ridgeline didn't roll over. They could have. They were down by 16 at one point. They could have just rolled over and given up. They didn't. They brought this one back to within 2. But now it's back out to 10. And Hall off the miss. Coombs out to Faithe, goes over his head to Brenchley. Brenchley. Welch doesn't give up anything easy, and he fouls Brenchley, and Brenchley will go to the line. Instead of giving up an easy layup with a 10-point lead, Welch comes back and blocks him, but he gets some body. And Brenchley at the line, he takes 19 points with him. Johnson's got 15. Wida has 10. Tuckett getting set to check in. 20 now for Brenchley. 14 for Hall, 10 for Faithe off the bench, 13 for Welch. Brenchley hits them both. 67-59 Mountain Crest. 49 seconds. Faithe, jump ball. Mountain Crest possession. Welch and Wida both on the floor for their respective teams with 4 fouls each. Stewart's fouled out for Ridgeline. Nethercott, Tolman, and Davis have fouled out for Mountain Crest. Underneath, Phipps gathers himself, misses as Wida comes over, and Wida tries to take it away, and Wida's fouled out. He wrapped up Phipps. And Wida, he's been a little bit frustrated tonight with some of the calls that he's had, and he's got a few words. Now the official's coming over. To tell Coach Buckmiller he needs to get another player in there. Here comes Breck Jackson. Phipps at the line, he's got 7, now 8. He's made some big free throws and a big basket down the stretch here as Mountain Crest is pulled away. Phipps misses the second, and Hall again with the offensive rebound. Welch in the corner to Coombs. He's trapped. Uh-oh. I told you, the rivalry's just got real here tonight. Well, let's see how they sort this one out. And the official wisely separating the teams. See who they call the foul on. They call it on Foster Johnson. And Faith is going to shoot technical free throws off the push. And Coach Buckmiller is exasperated because Mountain Crest is going to shoot free throws and Ridgeline is not. Both players were pushing each other. But Jackson came in and started it. Faith with 12 as he hits both free throws. And now Coombs will go to the line. Coombs hasn't scored. Hall comes out of the ball game. Coombs misses the first. 70-59, and Coombs with one more. Mountain Crest with the lead, 18 seconds. He missed them both. 18 seconds. Mountain Crest with the basketball. Mountain Crest going to empty the bench. If they get a chance. They're going to let them all in. Faith, Welch, Coombs, Phipps. All take a seat. Wilson inbounds. Traveling is got a grease pig contest going on out there for a minute. Goodness. 70-59, 12 seconds left. Mountain Crest with the lead. Brenchley all the way in for the layup. He's got 23. Boy, and Ridgeline's going to take a timeout. They're going to take it right down to the wire here.
30 seconds.
In what's going to be a 2-hour ball game. In high school basketball, that's a long game. It's a game that saw both teams tied at the end of one, 13 apiece. Big second quarter by Mountain Crest, and they had a 14-point halftime lead, led by 15 at the end of 3, led by as many as 16 in the fourth. And then Ridgeline came storming back, cut it to a 2-point lead. And they've been outscored big time since then. 70-61. Mountain Crest. Wilson throws to Andrus. Andrus tracks it down. No look pass by Andrus out of bounds. 1.3 on the clock. So this is the last play. Johnson with 15 here in the second half. He'll pick it up and fire at the buzzer. He misses, and the Mustangs take 2 from the Riverhawks. 70-61, your final. The Riverhawks remain winless in region play. The Mustangs go to 2-6. Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time on the Valley Channel.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by MICON Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital. Not bigger, just better. LSS Insurance, Bob Larson. Personalized insurance for your family and business. Discount Tire and Automotive. The best tires at discounted prices. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Sports Academy and Racket Club. Your club, your results, your life. Four Seasons Luxury Apartments is your home. Planet Fitness of Logan. No gym intimidation and only $10 a month. New Smile Dental. Experience dental care. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years.
Well, if you want to sing out, sing out. And if you want to be free, be free. 'Cause there's a million things to be, you know that there are. And if you want to live high, live high. And if you want to live low, live low. 'Cause there's a million ways to go, you know that there are. You can do what you want. The opportunity's on. And if you find a new way, you can do it today. You can make it all true, and you can make it undo. You see, it's easy. You only need